same as yesterday's podium.
And this is absolutely crucial, the right-hander onto the back, onto when they get
cases. Pugliese now slots into second with David Gonzalez just moment on the exit of turn 6 there, loses a bunch of places. Danish then into second place ahead of Pratama.
Round here onto the back, so to the left and up the inside, it's David Gonzalez who takes the lead. He's
behind Pratama, back up to 4th.
And Danish and Pratama are right to get
then. So it's 1, 2, 3 in the championship, 1, 2, 3 in the race, but off along as Memecahkan
determined to make up for yesterday's disappointment. And who's
Brian saying get
together there? They're sorting themselves out for the second place in the cup.
Danish up into 5th now as well. Johnny gets sideways into turn 8 then, moving up into 4th position, the Japanese rider. How behind me, stick behind me, I'll take you far away. And I'm not sure actually.
Yeah.
Just off the back of this group, he's the real beneficiary of the melee that ensued turns 1 and 2. But it's put out this as an advert for the Asia Talent Cup. 3, 2, 3 and 4 Asia Talent.
Right, now they're out the drive onto the back straight. I think Veda wasn't getting out of the corner.
Pugliese now leading.
The Italian in front of the home crowd, and there's plenty of people to cheer him on.
Talent Cup graduates,
yeah,
brilliant.
Great stuff, and it is the 54 now that takes yesterday as well as he needs to, and I think he's got the same problem here. He's too tight this weekend. He wasn't thrilled with yesterday's race at all, but this is his chance to sign in front of his home crowd. The second place, Veda Pratama. Of course, as things finish like this, he would take second into that right-hander, and there's Brian, those guys getting much better drive onto the back straight. Proud. Oh, and he's looking determined. They're weaving and bucking around there as he on the place back from Hakim Danish in the cup points.
I should also correct myself. Those are the 3 Asia. Tell you what, full throttle through Curvone with a couple of damp patches there. They're not short of any kind of courage. At 8
on the brakes, but he gets it turned okay.
We got Veda Pratama just losing a Planet Cup champions the last 3 years as well up there as well. So brilliant, absolutely brilliant. 53 in the morning here in Misano then. So Uriarte, crown champion, place to Danish there. So Danish, well, this is what happens then. Danish back to his very best. He moves along.
Superb stuff. Right, but Brian now has an advantage of what he was
yesterday, in it for the win here today as well. Wants to sign off from Rookies Cup. Alongside Brian Uriarte, looks up the inside of Curvone, but thinks better of it. Well, with first... Oh, Mitani! Sorry, up the inside again, yeah. Foot off the footrest and everything. As the equal most successful rookie ever. What a title that would be, heading up. Place in the championship, lost. Danish now really wants that second place to move up into the Moto3. Peter.
Absolutely, he is so determined, isn't he, to end his season on a high note. Absolutely brilliant stuff.
And to Moto3 next year.
At the moment it stands with Andrew Piqueras on 11 and
the World Championship win.
And it still is the number 31 in front. Guilherme Pugliese, the 16-year-old, has said, you know, he's looking hopefully to impress people to get a ride. So Marco Morelli has his ride. Brian Uriarte has 10. So with David Gonzalez right on his tail, Veda Pratama in third place. Italian.
We are all concertinaing up, aren't we? Veda Pratama just off the
ride already, but he isn't slowing down at all. He's right on Zen's tail and ahead of Hakim. They flash across the start and finish line for the first time.
Christian Daniel Jr. can now take his long lap back. Marco Morelli 6th, Mitani 7th. Car Pushins there as well. He obviously had the crash.
Danish.
What a character. What a character. Go on, Morelli as well, up in a 3rd place too. Penalties down in 14th place is the American. So he's got a couple of laps to actually try yesterday with Veda Pratama, and that, which, you know, very unfortunate, no long lap for Car Pushing. I mean, that was a pure race. This is his signing off ride from Rookies Cup. Not only has he passed 3 years, but he's already announced to join the Take That. Got pushed back through the order to 14th on that opening lap. Not the one he would have wanted. Meanwhile, Ben racing incident, when there's that many riders in such a short, literal space, you know, things are going to go. Spa team alongside Maximo Quiles in Moto3 next year. No Plan B, he came in, and Fernandez, who he collided with yesterday, up into 11th place now.
Yes, I say
Wrong, aren't they?
And fastest lap of the race so far for Guillaume Plant.
Rookies Cup with Plan A has well and truly worked out.
That's right, and he's Bennett had a wrenched arm yesterday, but it doesn't seem to be slowing down at the moment. He's doing very well. The Frenchman in 10th place.
And then Martinez, the Venezuelan, had that yesterday as well.
Looking for his first win of this season. He had 2 wins. He won in Jerez and Aston last year in Rookies Cup.
So we have Danish in 7th place, just behind Marco Morelli, up 3 places. 146.5, we're substantially slower than yesterday, but with the wet patches around, that's not.
But although he's got a couple of thirds and a second yesterday, he'd love to sign off with.
From his starting point on the grid, Luca Agostinelli, the number 9, the Vietnamese rider. No surprise.
Yeah, as you say, it's all concertinaed up very much, hasn't it? There's only, a couple of seconds, another victory. There he is, the number 95, the Argentine 18-year-old.
And he's got the 98th position. This is by far the best we've seen from him so far this year. Really great.
He's covering the top 19 or so.
Carter Thompson up into 12th place yesterday. The Lightning McQueen on top of his helmet as well. He really, a little tribute to the scene. This is what rookie's about. You got that one more opportunity to potentially come back yesterday. He finished up in 6th position. That is a really, really good ride from the Cars film, as well as he moves into 2nd place. Veda tried to get it back on him. You can swing the opinions of the rider coaches, etc.
Right.
Australian up from 12th position. He said, it's all right. Yeah, I bet it is. Anything he missed out that time around. He also, Morelli loves the inside line here at turns 9 and 10. We saw that yesterday. And
there's the 34 of Vitali. Ahead of him, we saw Veda again taking.
I think less than a podium is not satisfactory for Carter.
No, indeed. He needs to just have that great.
It nearly brought him a bit of grief as well, as he cut it too inside a couple of times, nearly clipping
an odd line onto that back straight. I really think somehow he's got to get that sorted out, otherwise he's handicapping result at the end of the season that he's, he had some really superb wins, and of course a winner.
Back wheels of various riders.
That's right, but assuming that he's kept the same gearing as yesterday, he himself terribly as this race goes on.
Mitani there in 4th position.
In race 2, so he's got to get back to that sort of form.
The step up that Carter Thompson's made this year has been.
And Brian are on the short gearing, so he can do that tight line and still get a good drive. On the great.
Buoyed by the confidence from yet another podium yesterday. Christian Daniel takes his very, very noticeable. Australia certainly has another name to cheer for in the future in world
stuff. Brian Ariarte has to watch out. Too many excursions onto the green, and he's going to have a long lap.
That penalty slots into 21st position, just behind Lucas Brown, the first-year British Championships.
Of course, it's his 3rd season, so he will not be back in the Rookies Cup next season. Not a penalty, but he's obviously trying to get away, and he's not getting away from